So hello YouTube, my name is Vlad and this will be the cleaning of HP 6820. This one is actually rather old, but the owner wanted it clean, so I'll be showing you how to clean it, and also plus I will be showing you how to repair a touchpad, because this touchpad always goes faulty and basically it's super easy to repair. This is actually one of their better touchpads. So first of all I remove the battery, and now I need to remove these 3 screws. Okay. Now bear in mind that this is no ordinary, this is a star. I don't know what's it called. If you have any idea the name of this screwdriver, please post the link down below. Post the link, sorry, post the name of this screwdriver down below. Now this one is actually a bit bigger. This one is for the hinges, and this one is for the keyboard. Okay, let's unscrew everything. This one is actually, I would say, one of the easier laptops to repair. And unlike ProBook, it actually does not fall apart, so that is a big bonus. This is a DVD drive, and once you unscrew it, you just press this thing and the DVD drive is out. There will be a couple of normal screws in here which you need to remove, but yeah, okay, let's remove the keyboard. Well, the screws for the keyboard anyway. I think I have actually removed this one, yes. There are 3 more in here, and there is 1 more in here, I believe. This is a normal screw. Also a normal screw, and there is 1 more screw that is holding the hard drive. And you will need to unhook those wireless LAN cables. Oh, come on! There you have it. And there will be 1 screw in here. This one will be a small one, as you can see. And there will be a couple of more screws left. 1 is in here. The design of this laptop is actually pretty good. You don't need to have thermal pads, because I believe in this laptop 1 is hidden, and I will show you where. And it's actually rather, well, I would say useful at best to remove and replace those pads, because they really lose their conductivity. So even if you clean, these are the 3 small ones. Even if you remove and clean the thermal paste, you'll still need to remove the thermal pads, and you don't actually need to unscrew this one. To be honest, I'm not too sure, but I think that you actually do not remove. Do you know that you actually do not need to remove that one? I did open quite a few of them, however, I cannot be 100% sure. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, and now you remove the keyboard, and there will be a sticker underneath here, I believe. Yeah. The sound of explosion is actually rather normal for HP, because this is the sound of this. As you can see, it's quite sticky. So that's actually the sound of the keyboard unsticking. And as you can see, this is well, quite dirty. So there are 2 connectors in here which you just need to push. Okay. And basically you will also hear a sound of explosion. Now these are the screws that hold the top cover. This one is longer, this one is shorter. And everything will be the same on the other side. So, okay, longer, and this one is the shorter one. Okay, and you need to pull these wires out. These are the wireless LAN antennas. So you'll also need to disconnect this one as well. I'm not quite sure whether this thing is maybe Bluetooth or something like that, so, but it is something, and I believe it is connected via USB, so. Okay, now again, as I said, you will be hearing the sound of explosion. And there you have it. And you have removed your screen successfully. And although it might actually seem hard to disassemble, trust me on that one, it's not. And I think there are 3 screws in here. This is one, this is second. Okay, and this one is the third one, yes. And as you can see, this laptop is actually rather pathetic when it comes to speakers. There is only one speaker to disconnect. So yeah. For some reason HP thought that it was a good idea to save money on speakers. And there will be a cable that holds the touchpad. I think there will be, so don't forget to connect it when you reassemble your laptop, because I actually forgot on quite a few occasions and it kinda sucks. Again, you need to use a bit of a brute force. Just a second. Because this thing is actually stuck together, yes. Okay. Okie dokie. Let me see if I've unscrewed everything. Yeah, there is one more screw in here, which I forgot to unscrew. And it would not be actually nice if I tried to pull without unscrewing that, but I had my share of laptops. And as you can see, that's the cable I was telling you about. So, let me... okay, this one was the one that I removed from the bottom. And this one is holding the motherboard. And you can actually mark it a bit. Just mark the ground. You need to disconnect this one by pushing. Okay, also don't forget to connect it, and you have to remove this one, which is the extender for I believe this is the IDE drive, IDE DVD rewritable and whatnot. You need to unscrew. There is one more screw in here which holds the fan. And there are 3 more screws which hold, this is the battery part. And I believe that that's basically it. I'm not quite sure though. But, oh no, sorry, I'm wrong. You need to remove this plastic, and some have those 2 screws in here. So these are the 2 screws that hold everything together. And don't try to brute force that, because it will not be there. So yeah, remove these 2 screws, and basically now you can remove the motherboard, if I'm not mistaken. However, you need to disconnect the fan, because there is one more screw in here, I believe, that holds the fan. So you need to pull this thing up, and let's see whether this thing is connected to anything. Yes, you need to remove this plastic as well. And now you can actually pull this thing apart. So again, not that hard. Okay, it might not be easy, but okay, as you can see, this is quite dusty. So there you have it. This is the actually quite easy way to disassemble. Now let me see. No, actually there are no thermal pads in here, but let's try to see whether there is a thermal pad in here. I think there might be one, however I'm not quite sure. Let's take a look. I'm almost certain that there will be a thermal pad in here. Yep. As you can see, a thermal pad. This one is actually in quite good condition. So To be honest, there is no reason to repair this one, but I will be replacing it with a new one because I don't want to do a shitty job. But there you go, as you can see, this is actually quite dirty. So there you have it, this is the easy way to disassemble, and that's pretty much it. Now to reassemble, you just put everything back, and again, there are 2 screws in here, 1 in here, you place that everything back, and then, well, afterwards it's quite easy. That is pretty much it. If you have any suggestions or questions, please ask me, and have a good day. Cheers. Now regarding the touchpad, to remove this touchpad is actually quite easy. You only need a screwdriver and you place it underneath, pull this thing up, and there you have it. Now the problem with this touchpad is that this little rubber and this thing actually gets dirty. Now I have, I believe this is called something like optical something, I'm not quite sure what, but if you have maybe some kind of very fine sandpaper, you can actually use that as well. I'm using this thing, and this thing is actually awesome. I believe that this thing actually causes cancer or something like that, so I wouldn't recommend it, but hey. Okay, so yeah, basically that is it, and I will be doing the same thing for the other side. So removing this thing, a bit of sandpaper. Now, as I said before, I'm using this thing, and that is pretty much it. So there you have it. I hope this actually helped you in some way. If you did, awesome, and bye bye. Cheers.